Okay, this is Dan. Doing like a bit of a devlog, I guess you could call this. So, I'll still do Outlast reviews and Outlast content because I know people enjoy watching that. I'm still going to be uploading shorts because those also bring in views to this channel. So shorts and Outlast content. Yeah, when it comes to shorts, I'm able to pretty much cover anything. When it comes to videos, well, kind of narrows down to Outlast, but I mean, I covered Pillars of Fog, and compared to my other views, that did decent at least, so. But either way, even if it doesn't get a lot of views, I still gotta do devlogs because, I gotta cover what we're doing. So in this case, I'm not reading from our website, I still need to update our website. I'm just gonna kind of free talk and give my thoughts and feelings on where we're at right now, and, so far, Snatched and Pillars of Fog, I thought we did pretty well with it. I would like to expand Snatched into something else, or maybe another type of horror. But since it's centered around cards, it's kind of like I don't know how. We're still kind of brainstorming how we want to expand Snatched. So that's why it'll probably be in early access for a while. Means it's not going to get any more updates for a little bit because we need to focus on something bigger and a game that a publisher will take. And we probably could have got Snatched and Pillars of Fog published, but we wanted to try self-publishing and advertising our own content. And we tried advertising through YouTube and X bringing in majority of the views. And then YouTube just skyrocketed their ad prices up really high, and that's the bad thing about YouTube is they allow all these major corpo companies to blow money into their wallet, but when it comes to the smaller guy, building their company, they don't care. So that kind of sucks. Because the prices were pretty decently fair, and then they just decided to skyrocket them. And even then, how is it X brings in millions of views and YouTube can't, and they charge more? So that's actually pretty sad. Like $50 on YouTube will get you about 500 views. $50 on X, as long as you're a company, can get you like anywhere from 100,000 to potentially 1 million views. It's not really fully accurate, but I still have high hopes for Snatch and Pillars of Fog, and Pillars of Fog is still making sales. But currently, Pillars of Fog is in full release. We updated it again, or I took the time to get a intro update in, and you'll see some gameplay. Should I do gameplay? I don't know. I don't know if you'll see some gameplay. Maybe you will. Maybe it's just something else. Who knows? Yeah, I'll probably end up getting gameplay. Anyways, updated the Discord. I had to change a few of our rules. By change our rules, I had to make the rule section cleaner because it was kind of disorganized. So the Discord's been updated. Yeah, I've been working on our new stuff. The Death of Rebirth will have an update for August 17th. It's not going to be a huge update. It's just going to be like a revamp to the store page, and then we're going to essentially send that out to our government and see if they want to fund us. I don't know if they will. We'll see. I'm hoping they do. That'd be pretty cool. And as soon as we get the funding and we got a budget for it, then the Death of Rebirth will go into full production. But the only work I'm going to do on it with my team is up to August 17th, and then we're just going to kind of leave it. And we're going to work on a more obtainable project that we could send off to publishers and see what publisher wants to take us. Because there's 3 ways you sell games, I've learned. It's either you blow up on YouTube, because X views, you can get millions of views, but I guess that's not guaranteed you're going to get sales from there. Neither is YouTube, but for some reason, YouTube views tend to be potentially more rewarding sales-wise and wishlist-wise. I might be wrong by that, though. But we've gotten several millions of views now on X, and I have yet to see the payoff from that. And I'm a little disappointed, and I still think we're gonna still go through X to advertise our stuff because it is a really easy way to post and organize your stuff, and it's also an easy way to advertise. So it's not like it hasn't helped us. I know it's helped us because obviously some people have seen our ads through X and then been like, oh yeah, that's game, I'm gonna pick it up. And one comment I will make, just kind of because this is a devlog, is that Chain game, the developers that released their first game, chained together, whatever, that kind of pisses me off because they decided to release their game, and since it's a bunch of flipped assets, it's like a gross example of what a game should look like. And put it this way, if it was good, like for example, Pilgrim is mostly assets, bought assets, but the difference between Pilgrim and Chained Together is Pilgrim, you can tell, has more work put into it, and then Chained Together is just a bunch of like how to make a quick buck from people, and people bought that shit up. It has over 11,000 positive reviews. They made millions of dollars. That's insane to me. Actually insane that people would buy that. So, streamer slop. I don't know why anybody would find that enjoyable, but I guess, I don't know, people liked it. Whatever. I think it was the unique concept of the chain, but essentially the reason I'm bringing this up is because on one of our trailers, people were trying to compare Pillars of Fog to that Chain game, saying we were copying another person's games, when that was our game was a 100% original idea. We thought of procedural climbing, which hasn't been done before. We thought of nails through the hands as a type of way of the character climbs up these massive pillars, and it's a sci-fi type environment, and he's climbing for his tribe. Now my brother knows more about that game because he directed the lore more. I was more just the software guy in this one, and it took a lot of work, took a lot of programming, so it kind of burnt me out a bit. Snatch was also, I directed Snatched and did all the coding in that one too, and I thought we did pretty good for like a casual card game with horror elements, and then we did our story mode update, and then since then we haven't updated it, and yeah, it has a few bugs, but it is early access, so that's why we released early access. Pillars of Fog doesn't have really any bugs. It pretty much just needs quality of life updates, but once we find more time, since we are a small company, once Pillars of Fog pays itself off from all the work we already put into it with the several maps we have in it now, the tutorial, more or less everything now, it needs to pay itself off before we update it again, before we support it further. Because this is a business, and if you don't make enough money from a product right away, you got to move on to the next one. That's kind of just how business works. Plus, it's single player game, and if you haven't looked at a lot of single player games, you update it a few times, and then if it's in full release, you leave it, let it do its thing, and that's pretty much what we're doing with Snatched and Pillars of Fog now, while we work on our much bigger projects. So the Death of Rebirth essentially is going to get like a store page update and like a patch update to it, a content overhaul for August 17th, and then we're just going to focus on our unannounced medieval themed game. We've been doing a lot of brainstorming with what we want to do, if we should do like something else sci-fi or modern or what, and I think we're going to go more medieval. We have a pretty good idea in mind. We've already technically been working on it for a bit now. It's been a few months in, and concept-wise, it's been over a year as well. We've thought of a ton of ideas over the year from last year, and then it was just kind of about picking which one we want to develop further. And once you have like a code base, you take that code and you can use it in other games as well, like a health system, stamina, all that shit. But yeah, that we're definitely gonna get a publisher this time, unless someone wants to fund us, and we'll be running a Kickstarter for that unannounced game. So what we'll probably do is get up a teaser for it. Now, we're not doing an announcement trailer or a obviously not a release trailer or anything, but like a teaser trailer for the first trailer, just to kind of like show off what the concept of the game is about, to consumers, gamers, and then we'll run a Kickstarter. As well as the Kickstarter is running, we're probably going to look for a publisher, because even if the Kickstarter reaches our goal of $100,000 Canadian and over, we need a publisher, because IGN and all those big honcho reviewers are ignoring us, because we're new into we're technically, I mean, I've been playing games forever, but technically the company is new in the industry. Gabagoo Games is not a known name yet. So IGN and, not GameStop, but it's like GamerX or whatever the hell they're called, and, Eurogamer, all those bigger YouTubers, and press companies, they are ignoring us because we're not known enough. So that's why we have to go through a publisher. And we have a few ideas in mind. But if you guys want to fund us, if you have some spare money, change, whatever, buy our games, buy Snatch, buy Pillars of Fog, or say you're not interested in them and you don't feel like buying them or playing them, then drop some money on our buy me a coffee page. I drink coffee every day. My dad also drinks coffee every day. My bro does not, but pretty much everybody directly involved in this company drinks coffee. So if you want to fund us that way as well, you can. So yeah, yes, I gotta actually update the page, but I don't do a ton of exclusive posts on there, but it is a good way to fund us. Anyways, because we don't have a Patreon because of the whole Patreon issue, so I'm avoiding it. I'm using Buy Me a Coffee instead because it is better from what I heard. So, for conclusion, we are moving forwards with our third project, the fourth one, or whatever you want to, our side project being the Death Rebirth. We're looking for like a lot of money for that one. I'm not going to say the exact amount, but a lot. We're looking for a lot of funding for that one because it's a huge project. Like, we would like to push out like 40 different maps and, have different variations and all this procedural stuff. And, that takes a long time. That could take 2 years or more. We don't know yet for our size of team. That's why we need more funding than a publisher could offer, or one of the general indie publishers. But that's why we are sending off, to a bigger publisher, being our government, which won't get back to us like till potentially next year. So obviously we can't rely on that. So we're going to work on our third game that also is going to be multiplayer and medieval themed. So I think there's going to be, I think it'll be our best game yet. And with the publisher as well, I can't see it not selling. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Devlog out.